because of my performance in O-level, I always got one free term paid for by the school. But in that school, my father was paying. My father was a teacher, my mother was a teacher. My mother is still alive. She's a Mchiga. My father was a Mnyankole, used to be a politician, long time. I think he was the chairman of UPC in Ankole in 1962. But then he became a head teacher and retired, and unfortunately he passed on in 2007. So, but they raised us to be very serious people. My father was a disciplinarian, but very strict on discipline and character. He did not tolerate mediocrity because he always believed that we have to be better than him. So, but I never had problems with him because I was a top performer. He was always proud of me and very disciplined. Yes, so I never had issues. My mother is my hero. She's the one who taught me business. She's a hustler. So when they were teachers during the days of Amin, they never used to be paid. During the turbulent days of before NRA took over. So she had to do hustles. I forgot to tell you that I was born during the war time, 1977. So the stories are not present. Yeah, but my mother is a hustler. She's the one who taught me how to do business. She did baking to supplement our fees and taught me how to handle money. So I was her accountant. I did to do cost accounting. So I could do a lot of things for her. She's still alive, and we are very, very close. She's my prayer warrior. She's the one who calls me and says, don't be worried about any shocks or any. She's my comforter. I wish all people knew how my mother is. She doesn't get shaken by any threat. The parents have to teach the children the values because you have to occupy that space. If you don't, other people will occupy it. Especially now in the era of media, too much exposure. So if you are not close to your children, you don't teach them the basic values, they will pick them on the internet, they will pick them from other people, and they may not be ideal. So my advice to parents is be close to the children, just like I do. I have 4 daughters. We have a great relationship. I'm teaching them how to be great women.
In this country?
Yes. Not in this country, by themselves. Yes. You see, we knew we had to work hard because the resources were lacking. I have told you, I used to wake up, we milk the cows, sweep the compound, shower, not shower really, because the shower assumes there is a shower, but take a bath from outside, you know, in an enclosed place, cold water, and then dress up, you know, use shanty. Do you know shanty? You don't know shanty. That is a yellow Vaseline, the white Vaseline then, and then go to school, walk to school. Now, the children of these days, everything is available. Most, you know, things are easy. We didn't have internet. We didn't have television. We used to go to the neighbor to watch That's Life Mwatu. Yes, Bibao. From a black and white TV. There was no internet, no mobile phone. So we knew we had to be in touch. And then the children growing up in a community were children of the community, not your parents. So if you abused someone in the neighborhood, you know that your parents will be informed and you will be caned for that.
How do those things naturally?
But now, of course, you grow up being responsible. But now you have, for example, young people, they are doing things that their parents are not aware and they are not in control. For example, a young person who is on social media abusing others, the parents are probably not aware and they cannot control their character. So things have changed upside down. So people are having it on an easy platter, you know. So I think that as a society we may need to pick a bit of our old traditions and make sure that we apply them. For example, if my children, when they wake up, I told them what the first things they have to do. Pray, make your bed. Then you do other things. Take a shower, brush your teeth, make sure your shoes are clean. Stuff like that. So basic things we need to teach the children, not to expect that maids will do everything, even when, Shema was very interesting. We used to play akarere. You know akarere? Yes. Football. would get this banana stem, dried banana stem, make a ball, and then play football in the pitch. Of course, no pitch, but so I remember those days we also used to fear. We used to fear. There was a lot of HIV that time, and they were teaching us in school, so we were fearing even up to secondary school. You just fear even to get close to. Yes, you knew that one is risky. No, we had stories around us. We lost some people in the district, and then there was all these campaigns. The late Fire Bongo retire. The songs that used to come. We used to do skits in school about HIV prevention. So we grew up actually fearing, and that would make us not engage in unnecessary social, activities that would leave us to risk. Yes.
Did you see the recently released HIV infection list in Western region?
Yes. Yes, I saw, and I think it's a worrying trend. So I hope government can come up with a strategy. I think people have become complacent. A lot of it is, I think, poverty, where young people, especially women, are engaged into sexual activities to survive. It's not formal, but perhaps a lot of them are vulnerable. But then there is also a lot of idleness, unemployment. When people are busy, they concentrate on work. So we need our people to be very productive and also understand. I think a little bit of awareness by government. Try and keep people aware that, this thing is still there. So a little bit of complacence coupled with issues of poverty, unemployment, disengaged youth in terms of the campaign. So I think those could be. And of course other habits, drinking, alcohol abuse, because it's also becoming too much. So it's a very worrying trend. We approached our service under 3 broad philosophies. One is social services, economic services, and spiritual. So those are the 3. To start with, we did a baseline study on the social and economic, even on spiritual, across the board, because we wanted to know where we are. So under social services, for example, in the area of health, we have an ongoing projects. We have had 3 upgrades of the health center 3s. We are upgrading health center 4, Kwabohe, the district hospital. That is a very big achievement. I established a municipality health advisory committee, which helps me monitor the service delivery and give me a report every month. So people are now being served. We went into partnerships with the non-communicable diseases, experts here. So our people are getting, those who are suffering from diabetes, especially old people, they are getting services. So on the health front, we are building a non-communicable diseases ward that we started fundraising through Shema Run, which you have attended, I think, on 2 occasions or once. So we have had our people with disabilities served. We lobbied for about 300 cycles for the disabled, for the whole district. We have got more than 200 hearing aids. We have had health camps where for the last 3 years, more than 10,000 people have been served. And out of those, about 2,000 with free eyeglasses. So on the health, we have done quite significantly a lot. And still, there is still a lot to be done. We established that diabetes, the non-communicable diseases, diabetes, pressure, are the leading causes of old age poverty. Because the old people, when they are getting their money, SAGE, the social assistance grant from government, it is all going into drugs because they are very expensive. So I found that in my municipality, we had a diabetics association of more than 1,000 people. And they were all struggling. And these are people who can no longer work. They cannot go to a bank and get a loan to start a business, So we decided that we should actually prioritize that. But we are not only focusing on treatment, we are also doing proactive sensitization in terms of lifestyle. So we have the old people having their monthly outreaches. We go to them, the exercises they need to do, the checkups. So it's a combination of proactive and reactive approaches. Now, on the other health social services, education, we've had a number of schools rehabilitated. I also established an education and sports advisory committee headed by retired people who are very responsible in education. So they go around, we do sensitization, we do trainings for head teachers, school management committees, board members. They do exams, especially pre-PROE. Then they analyze the performance. Then we see how the schools are doing. And we try to see which interventions we can do. We've got scholarships for young people in different universities. Now I have like eight young people who are doing degrees in oil and gas, engineering, on scholarships. Yes. And so many other students on the loan scheme, more than 100. So we've done quite a lot on the education. In terms of sports, of course, we have supported the youth. Yes, and also the district cups. We gave out footballs, jerseys, so we will get them engaged. We have our university there, which we are supporting. We've done fundraisings for schools, more than 12 schools which have been, acted on. And so we are very happy on that education because health is number one. If you are not healthy, you cannot work. You cannot go to work. you can't go to school. So we prioritize health and education. And then other social services like water and electricity. We did a baseline. How many homes, how many kilometers of water do we have piped water? So far in the last 3 years, we've lobbied more than 65 kilometers of safe water from national water extended to villages. So that's more than, I think those are more than 100 villages. We've done more than 15 boreholes, again lobbying from friends, springs, and we have also encouraged people to do water harvesting. So we are trying to link them with circles which can provide them like tanks, then they can harvest water, especially around the schools, institutions. We've done planted more than 30,000 trees in the municipality. You remember when we were on Shema Run? So water and environment, they go hand in hand. So we have the environmental restoration program where we have had to lobby more than 30,000 trees planted. And on electricity, we have more than 34 transformers, lines that have been given to people. So electricity we are still lobbying to have more and more homes extended. Roads, still, our roads are not yet good. But, you know, as the government has put in more than $1 billion per municipality, so we are focusing on making sure we have better roads. Although we don't have road equipment as a new municipality, but they are trying. So that's on the area of social services. Remember, I told you there are 3. Now, I've also moved around the world. You know, I had an office in Brussels. I have seen. So one of the things that used to pain me was how we cannot move an inch on certain things. You know, you have a health center that has no ambulance, has no scan, has a dilapidated infrastructure, and yet you say Shema Neagayaga. You know what it means? We used to say Shema Neagayaga. You know, Shema is a very beautiful place. And it used to be a place of retreat for the kings. That's why it used to be called Omweko. Omweko is a rope that you tie. So it's surrounded by hills, a river. So it's a very nice place to be. Very warm. And then the people are educated fairly. So there was this slogan that Shema Neagayaga, like Shema is bright, it's things are okay. But then when we are, depending on the level of aspiration you are as a community, if you are Kuyagayaga with no ambulance, it doesn't make sense. Secondly, in our generation as young people in Shema, we noticed that some of the leaders we had in Shema were practicing 2 very dangerous ideologies. One was religious sectarianism. So where we had people, Catholics, Muslims, Protestants, a lot of division, orchestrated by leaders. This was very common, and I think the president tried to intervene many times. And now for us as young people who are exposed, we have religion is the only religion we have is love. Religion doesn't put money on your table. A water line does not have a specific religion. So we realized our communities were being divided by bad leadership because of that philosophy, putting Muslims aside, Catholics aside, and then you try to even solicit votes on religious, and there was a lot of unnecessary tensions. So as young people,